Hi guys, Skinsfanatic here. Just a quick reminder before we get started on tonight's show that if you haven't already, please go down the bottom and subscribe to my channel. Throw me a few likes. Be much appreciated. All right guys, enjoy the show. Oh yeah, it's that time of the week. Skinsfanatic Live. Put your 2 1s up and raise your cups up. Skinsfanatic's back, so prepared to get jacked up. Started out here in the TTC, well, ran for my team. Shout out to the B&G. But hold up, cause rolling in like thunder. It's Skinsfanatic Live from the land down under. Aussie, 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 oi, oi, oi. Hit it like a sub, I got the goods here, boy. Yeah, all right. Only Skinsfanatic 81's dope enough to rhyme up with up. Welcome, everybody, to Skinsfanatic Live for a massive episode. Skinsfanatic Live is brought to you by crazybrave74.com for all your gambling needs. Head to crazybrave74.com. He's got the goods over there. Crazy's top 5 popping every day of the week, and soon we'll be touching on the Australian Basketball League that is on the nearest horizon. As we get into this show, what a season that we are experiencing now, as the Washington football team has crept up to 6-7, looking to make it 500 as we take on the Seattle Seahawks this week, and it is the, once again, biggest game of the season. And as you can see behind me, Skinsfanatic 81 is bloody excited. You know, that was a live reaction to the Chase Young touchdown last week. You know, I've got photographers in my lounge room. No, I'm just joking. But yeah, look, massive win last week against the 49ers, wasn't it? And just a dominating display on defense by everybody, really. I mean, you know, Chase Young, apparently he's a bust. Well, that's busted out the fucking window now, because he isn't a bust. He is legit. He is an absolute legit monster. You know, and we have him for years to come. So strap yourselves in, people. We're going to see more of that. It's like Sean Taylor 2.0. We're going to, you know, reap the benefits of having an absolute monster on our team. I'm not going to fuck around. We've got Crazy Brave sitting here in the wings. Crazy Brave's pumped. Let's bring him in. Crazy Brave, what is good?
Hey, Skinsfanatic 81, everyone, what's going on? Oh, I'm just pumped. It just should be a big show tonight. We've got so many topics.
Have you been drinking?
Washington are hot at the moment. Yeah, I'm having a few cans. But as you say, 6-7. Ron Rivera's turned it around from, you know, people's early disastrous expectations, and we're on the footsteps of perhaps even a winning record, you know, in his first year. So it's close, everything's tight. We can be on the brink of elimination if we lose to the Seahawks and the Giants win a game. The next week will be a must-win. So if we want to avoid must-wins, we must win this must-win game.
Look, must win. It's going to be the word that we use for the next couple of months, you know. Must win. But I only say must win because I'm getting nervous. You know, me personally, I'm getting nervous. And I'm not actually nervous about the Giants. I'm more nervous about the Eagles, and believe it or not, I'm actually a little bit nervous about the Cowboys because
Yeah, well,
looking ahead at
look,
their schedule. Sorry.
no, it's all legit. It's all legit. All those teams do have a shot. It depends on what
Mm,
is the Washington football team going to do. Like, are they going to keep winning, or if they don't, the Giants are obviously there, like ready to pounce. But as we see, um, the Eagles will have an equal amount of losses with us on 8, um, if we can't beat the Seahawks.
that's right.
So
And that worries me. And we got them in the last week at their home stadium. Um, yeah, look, we've started the show. We're 6 minutes in. We went 3 minutes of optimism and 5 minutes of optimism to 1 minute of doubt here. But yeah, look, I am I just the whole thing about being a 2 horse race has died for me now, and I don't see the Giants as the threat. I see the Cowboys or the Eagles because Cowboys have got a pretty easy run home, and I said that a few weeks back. I was concerned about their run home. As crap as they are capable of winning all of those games. The Eagles
the,
and the Giants, on the other hand, not so much. But
no, we've been helped out actually a bit, with the gods, with Baltimore beating Cleveland last week. I mentioned that game will have an impact on the NFC playoff race, and it in fact will, because the Browns are now desperate to beat, um, who are they playing this week? I think it's the
the Browns have
Giants.
got
The
the
Browns have
Browns have
got the
got the
Giants,
Giants.
and it's been moved to the Sunday night game.
Oh, it's been
Um,
flexed, has it?
yeah,
Or was
it's
it a
been
bonus
flexed,
flex?
and
Oh,
Cop Pizzle and Mad Dog were all juiced up about it on
bad dog.
on their show a couple of days ago. Yeah, but it's a big game. Um, Everything's tight. Like, and same thing. If Washington do beat Seattle, which I will predict later on in the show as we talk about it a little bit more. If Washington do beat Seattle, well, then let's talk about what's going to happen with Seattle, because they've got to face the Rams and the 49ers. Like, okay, 49ers uh, have a sloppy offense at the moment, but their defense is quite capable.
Yeah, well, look, we're going to get to our picks later, but I have picked Dallas to beat the 49ers this week. I, yeah, I
Well,
have.
there you go. I mean, look, it's a big week
Yeah, it's a
in
massive
the
week.
NFC East.
It's a massive week. So, look, we've got the Giants are playing the Browns, the Ravens, and the Cowboys. The Eagles are playing the Cardinals, the Cowboys, and Washington. The Cowboys are playing the 49ers, Eagles, and Giants. So there's a few division games in there. There's some tough opponents in there. Um, you know, yeah, it's look. The Seahawks is going to be the toughest game coming
Yeah,
up. Um,
absolutely.
and then we've got the Panthers coming into our house, which look,
Mm-hmm.
and people say that the home field doesn't really matter, but it does. It does matter. It does matter. I mean,
It does.
the other team's got to travel. They've got to stay, hotels and do all
Yeah,
that mad Corona shit, whatever. And
yeah,
um, we're used to the locker rooms and the field and the backdrop and all, everything that comes with it. So I'm happy that we've got the Panthers at home, but that's going to be a tough game. I'm not looking at the
it is
Panthers.
definitely going to be a tough game. I'm trying to not get too far ahead of myself. We have talked about the Eagles last game, and the Panthers are going to be tough. Uh, there's no guaranteed win. We have to turn up on the day. Our offense has been rather sloppy in the last two games. It really has to improve. If Alex Smith isn't fit, we have to go with Dwayne Haskins. There's no doubt about it. And it's we're going to have to put it on our defense again, which it's not a bad thing, but we need to do that pretty quietly. We've got to make sure we do turn up with some kind of offensive game plan that's able to, win the field position game, and take our scoring opportunities when we can. Regardless, as I said last week, you have a look at the statistics from all three Washington quarterbacks. Uh, you know, Alex has thrown 200 passes. Dwayne's thrown 120, and Kyle's thrown 80, and they've all thrown 4 touchdown passes. So there's some explosiveness there uh, from Haskins. He can move the football. You know, I hope we see it. There's a big chance that why am I talking about Haskins? Because there is a big chance he's going to play. I've had a calf injury myself playing basketball, and it ruined, my first season. Just from a little jog around the oval. They take, weeks. Granted, I'm the athlete that Alex Smith is, but if you get something like that,
Yeah, well, Alex Smith's rehab probably didn't consist in hitting the pub and
no, it
packing
didn't. That's right.
cigarettes.
It's never good to drink alcohol when you hurt. So obviously, yeah, but
Yeah, look,
I
look,
can feel his pain on that. Like you can't go. You think you can go, and as soon as you take your first full step, you can't take another one.
yeah, look, no, I had a calf not long ago. Every time I thought it was good to go, it wasn't,
Yeah,
and
that's right.
and they're sneaky little things. So,
They are.
Yeah, look, I just think I've got faith in Scott Turner implementing the right playbook, strategy, accustomed to Dwayne Haskins' strengths when if Haskins takes the field, So Haskins has been training all week with the ones, taking all the ones, snaps at the ones. Turner's putting in a playbook for him, to beat Seattle. Now,
Yeah.
Rivera's come out and said that Alex Smith has got till game day to prove that he can go. So you can imagine that Scott Turner's got a different set of playbooks for Alex Smith. So we've prepared either way for who's going to play.
As we should be as a professional football team. I mean, we prepared all season with these 3 quarterbacks. Obviously Kyle can't go at the moment with his dislocated ankle, but Dwayne knows the offense. Let's be honest. It's just he's getting his reads wrong at times and getting a little bit jumpy, but he knows the offense like Alex Smith, and it's not going to be we can't do anything. He was fairly efficient last year and early on this year. Um, Granted, look, it's the coach's decision, and um, I'll tell you right now, I'm gambling, man, and I'll tell everyone here who's watching the show that Dwayne Haskins is going to start the game on Monday. So if you want to get your little fancy Dwayne Haskins bets on now, I'll get some great odds. But I really do believe that Dwayne's going to start the game on Monday. Sorry, our
Well,
time Monday.
there it is, folks. You heard it here first.
I
Dwayne
just don't
Haskins.
think. I just don't
Dwayne
think.
Haskins to start.
Smith's going to be able to go. It's a tough injury, and Ron's kept it quiet as he knows he should, and he doesn't want to get anything started with the Washington media. 3 days out from the game, he's just tried to say, well, look, I can name Alex Smith up to the end, and that's the truth. Like Ron's going to give him till the last minute to prove his fitness, and if Alex can go, then it's on the coach. Like Ron's going to let him play. By the sounds of it, like Ron's not that kind of bloke who's going to, um, you know, let you down because you were sore during the week of training.
No, well, we heard Rivera say that in the past, with the veterans, like he was referring to Cam Newton, that he gives them to game day to prove himself, and basically, um, he's doing the same here with Alex Smith. He's giving him right up till game day,
Yeah.
and he's playing his cards close to his chest. At the same time, he's not giving anything away, which is great. He's the best, Rivera.
Yeah, he's done a good job with it of late. I'm not going to say he did a bad job of it early. I think he's done a good job of it early because what's happened now is he's got people believing in him. So, um, you know, he's been spot on at the moment, and it's going to be his call on who starts. I mean, look, Dwayne Haskins might get hot in this game if he has to start. Like if he has to start, which I predicted, well then why not? Let's see if he plays a good game. We're going to see how long Alex is out for, and if Alex is great to come back in, look, we start Alex, and if we go to the Super Bowl and Alex is having a bad game at halftime, and Rivera wants to yank Alex and put him playing, that's the way it's going to be. Like we're going to talk about it later. I don't know. Like we've got two quarterbacks on the team.
Well, look, here's the thing. Like I've trusted Rivera to make the right decisions all season long. I'm not going to change my mind now.
Yeah. No.
Like just not. I'm not going to. Look, I'm sticking with if Haskins starts against Seattle, I'm backing him all the way.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. And that's the way I have felt about everybody this year. Like I back everybody. I back Rivera's decisions. I back the players. I'm not a Troy Apke basher. I'm not a Dwayne Haskins basher. I'm a supporter, and I just want to see them do good. If Apke's out there, like I want him to make a play. I need him to make a play.
Yeah, I mean, that's right. I mean,
I'm not going to be the one sitting here telling everybody. I'm not going to sit here and tell everybody, "Oh, I told you so," because I don't want to be that bloke.
No,
So I told you so.
It's fun. It's fun to kind of be able to sit back and see the weaknesses in your defense and then pick it apart. But you've got to calm your farm. Like you can only do that when you've got a good defense, and we can't just move players overnight. Like this thing's going to take. It's going to take time. And in the meantime, Troy Apke is part of the team. And hello, that's actually the name of our our franchise. So I wouldn't imagine Ron Rivera at the moment is going to be getting rid of anyone like uh, Dwayne Haskins and Troy Apke. I mean, Troy Apke might be on the cusp, but there's some players there who are going to be chances. Um, there's the quarterback position hasn't been a failure this year from the three blokes who have done it. It hasn't been explosive, but let's remember that it's the first year of the offense. You know, Scott Turner's first year as offensive coordinator, and plus Ron Rivera's first year as head coach. They're going to work out their plays together. We've already seen, you know, a little bit of sneaky fumble riskies and stuff like that, and the willingness to go for it on fourth down. Now they know what they know what they're doing. We're in for exciting times.
Yeah, no, this game on Sunday is going to be a fucking cracker. You know, if anyone wants to beat Seattle more than anyone, it's me. You know I don't like Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, but I respect the shit out of them. Nah, look, I just, you know, it's every time we play Seattle, I feel a little bit of, you know, I have
I'm listening,
flashbacks.
so yeah,
I have flashbacks to the 2012 season, and you know all
yeah,
that shit that went on, and you know they carried on a bit, and
yeah.
then you got fucking what's his name, Pete Carroll, who you know,
That's right. I mean, it goes back to the Sean Taylor year when Sean Taylor passed, and we made the run to the playoffs, and we got beaten by Seattle in the divisional game.
mm.
Um,
Yeah, and Sean
and
Alexander should have gone off with concussion, but he played on.
yeah, and then they of course beat us in 2012, and that was Russell Wilson. Oh, Russell Wilson had a decent rookie year, like a very highlight, filled rookie year, and everyone was excited about him. But that game he had against Washington in the playoff game, that was when everybody went, "Ooh wee!" Like, look at this kid. And Russell was smart enough, like he knew his own game, and he's developed that skill throughout his career of just baiting the defensive line and extending his plays. And we've just got to make sure that we, contain him this week, keep him in the pocket at least, and if not, have some emergency guys on the outside like the Giants did.
Mm.
We should really be using what the Giants did as a blueprint, and everyone should.
Yeah, no, I mean that's what they're saying. You know, yeah, look, the worst possible thing was that could have happened for us was the Giants beating, um, you know, beating the Seahawks, you know, a few weeks back, whatever. But you know, like, yeah, maybe, but we also could learn something from that too, in terms of, you know, well, we can
Yeah.
beat them, and we're better than the
Well,
Giants.
look,
We're better than the
um,
Giants. So
that's right, and we are, and it's not only the Giants who whoop-de-doo. They're the only team who can. No, um, these a lot of these players have struggled this year. We've seen Jackson have his hard times in Baltimore, and he's a bit similar to, excuse me, what we are going to face this week in Russell Wilson. That he's mobile and he can extend plays. Now, and he'll pick his moment when he can run, and he'll know when he can run. Everyone will be loaded up on one side, and he'll just go, well, regardless of play right now, I just need to, you know, pull out of it, and I've got a little uh, reverse field scramble here, and he's going to be He's cagey. He knows when to do that. It's gonna be a dangerous game, but I really think the way Washington's been playing, they're up to it.
Oh, for sure. And did you know that Russell Wilson, he is the second highest sacked quarterback this season on 40
He's having
sacks?
troubles. He's
Um,
having troubles of late.
Look, if he wants to sit back and he's the type of bloke who likes to sit back and he likes to take his time, if we can get to him,
Mhm.
um, which we
Yeah,
will, but we've got to watch him when he starts to get outside because that's we all know that's when he makes his plays. Russell Wilson,
yeah.
you know
Well, he's not going
he
to be able to
a
get.
pocket breakdown, he gets outside and he starts
Correct.
running around.
Mhm.
It
It's
can
going to
be a
be
problem.
very interesting to see how Chase Young contains him, um,
Mm.
because they're going to be chasing each other around the field, and I really hope that Chase gets the better of him. I mean, full respect to Russell Wilson, and they're both going to have great games. There's no question. Russell Wilson will probably do his thing. We're capable of stopping him.
Well, it ain't
But
just Russell that you got to worry about. It's Montez and it's Mr. Ron and
it's Chase. That's right.
it's
We've got
Jonathan.
players on both sides. It's not going to be, well, if we
I
lose,
mean,
it'll be
obviously,
Chase Young's fault. No,
obviously,
but
Deron Payne and Jonathan Allen aren't going to be chasing people out to the sideline, but
what I'm saying is Chase Young's going to have his opportunities this week to face Russell Wilson head on. You
oh,
know,
for sure.
and we want to see him not be falling for the banana in the tailpipe. You know, and it doesn't mean that Chase is a bust if he can't contain it, because we've seen what Wilson can do. You
I
know,
think
that's my point.
I
But
think we've moved well past the Chase Young bus talks.
yeah, Russell Wilson. Yeah, I know. Well, I never was talking it.
Yeah,
Look, Russell Wilson will be he'll be quite nervous going into this game. Look, he's gonna be under a lot of pressure. He's not If we contain him, he's not going to be able to drop back on his 3 second drop and then go, oh, I was always going to run back in a circle over here to the right or over here to the left, you know,
no,
because that's what he can do. And we're going to have uh, his players running. Yeah, well, I'm not going to say what his receivers are going to be running, because they'll run separate plays, and Russell will call some sneaky plays.
yeah, for sure. I mean, like Wilson, he's going to frustrate the absolute shit out of us. It's going to get frustrating, man. We're going to see Chase Young, Montez Sweat, like
Yeah.
bearing down on his ankles and thinking we're going to get him, and he's going to
Or
that.
will we? I mean, that's right. I hear you. That's where it's going to be. Like when we make those plays, um, which we should be, we do be doing. Yeah, hopefully, it won't be scary. It'll be a comfortable kind of feeling, which we
Every
know
game,
we've got. So,
every game's been scary except probably the last quarter of that Cowboys game when it was more like a
mm,
party. But um, yeah, no. Look, we are going to have our hands full. We've got to mention that they got DK Metcalf, who's an absolute man. Um, he's going to be hard to contain, and I guess
mm,
if we can get to Wilson and frustrate him
yeah,
and get in passing lanes because he's only a short ass and all that, like,
yeah,
but he's going to take
that's
some
right.
shots out. He's going to take them shots out to DK Metcalf,
We
and
got to make sure that's right. I'm
we've
sorry,
seen it all
which,
year.
yeah,
So
we've just got to make sure that we um, get some pressure on Wilson at the same time. We get our pressure on Wilson, but not rushing for the sack uh, from the centre of the field. And we shouldn't be doing it. We won't do it. Chase Young we've seen him contain. We saw him last week. He dropped back in coverage almost, and then he decided, hang on, I've got time to run up and sack the quarterback. That's the kind of play he's going to be needing to do on a consistent basis this week, he's going to, not going to say he needs to drop back in coverage, but he does sometimes. He just needs to make sure when he is rushing the quarterback, not all the time he's not aboard a gate, and that goes for I think Montez Sweat and anyone who plays on the outside. Just make sure that they do keep some contained, or you know whatever kind of zone defense they're playing. Just make sure if you're not going to do that, make sure the linebackers are up there, and then they turn into a safety look at the quarterback, because we know he is going to scramble.
Yeah. Obviously, we had the shitty news today about Zoja Everett. I still can't say his name.
Deshaun,
Yeah,
isn't it? No, it is Deshaza. Yeah, Deshaza.
Deshaza.
You're correct.
I
Yeah.
still can't say it. Out for the season. Pectoral tear. So
Okay.
suffered
Skinsfanatic.
against.
Excuse me, you do have a scroll here. It's saying breaking news: Haskins starting versus Seattle. Are you just
Yep,
making what my report official?
that was your report.
It is my report. Yeah, correct. No,
Skinsfanatic
it's
Law.
live.
That's been scrolling for
Look,
good 15
you'll
minutes
hear it
now.
here first. This is a great show, and this is where you do get all your news. We don't bullshit around like the other channels. Not that the other channels are bullshit. We do enjoy the
No,
content, but
you broke the
you know
news.
what I'm saying? Yeah.
You broke the news, and I made the scroll. I was like, all right, well, here we go. We've got breaking news here on Skinsfanatic Live that Dwayne Haskins will start against Seattle. I didn't just make that up.
No, you didn't just make it up. You got it from me. Crazy Brave,
Yeah,
who's been
you
very
made it up.
accurate on the knowledge that I have and the people that I've spoken to. Yeah, I did make it up, but as you've seen, if you follow the website and my picks this year, I'm right, 50% of the time. But do win the big money. So, yeah, what were we talking about before we get carried away with
Everett.
odds? Everett,
Everett.
yeah, he's out, and it appears everyone is calling for Reeves to start, and he probably will. That's could be a good call.
Yeah.
Um, Apke would be the other option, I believe.
Oh no. Well, most people are panicking now. They're like, oh, now we've got, you know, Gibson's out, Smith's out, Everett's out.
Mhm.
Oh, we better go and sign Kaepernick and fucking.
Oh, well, look, we do see players like that come in, but there's no need for um, Kaepernick talk at this stage of the year, obviously. And I know you just probably threw his name in there, but we we did sign a running back this week who has had some experience and quite a few yards in the NFL, and you look for those type of players that do make an impact in the final couple of weeks of the season sometimes.
Yeah, well, Lamar Miller. I mean, I thought that he retired fucking 4 years ago, but apparently not. Um, and yeah, look, he's a veteran and he's been around. He was on the Bears practice squad because they're allowed to have veterans. You're allowed to have veterans on your practice squad in these times, and
Mhm.
we just snapped him off their practice squad. And but apparently he's not going to be suited up this week because he's got to go through his uh,
Ah,
his quarantine. Um,
okay.
yeah, so anyone that you bring in, you've
Yeah.
got to bring them in. You can't bring them in for a tryout and then
No,
send them home. If you're
no,
bringing them
but
in, you're bringing
I
them
have
in.
seen Stephen Montez, our third string quarterback. Um, he's been warming up with the team, and he might be maybe moved up into the second string this week. Which, as had made the call, I believe Haskins will start. Um, so you may see Stephen Montez, as the backup this week. He has been training in the bubble. He's cleared to go. Um, so
Yeah,
yeah, I mean, and that's right. I mean, we're going to see these key players miss games. I mean, it's unfortunate what's happened to Deshazer Everett. He
the
was,
Shazer.
you know,
There you go. That's
yeah,
better.
he's playing some very good football,
Yeah, he
uh,
was.
and to hear that he's on IR, that basically at this stage of the season, that basically means season.
Yeah, well, it's
Um,
pectoral muscle. It's he's
yeah,
yeah, he's done. He's not good.
he's hurt.
He's hurt. Yeah.
So and
Well,
yeah,
look, he ran the game.
and as we know, people are going to at this day and age, people can get sick overnight and miss a game, um, and it may happen during the if we've got 3 regular season games left, and if we do extend our year and play playoffs, well, that means possibly 4, 5, 6, 7 weeks left. There's going to be some players miss some games. We've got to make sure we band together. That's what
Oh,
it's
for sure.
about.
Look, I mean, I take my hat off to the organisation for what the work they've done so far, staying away from this shit because we've only had two people on the COVID list and they were inactives anyway, which means they weren't probably even in our building unless they were in there doing like workouts or whatever. I don't know what the rules are about all that, but yeah, like you know, two players. So far, so good. We've got, like I said, we've got 3 games to go, and if we can stay clean, away from all that, China flu shit, um, yeah, like we'll be laughing. We've been one of the best teams all year to, and you got
Yeah.
Baltimore who's playing in the same state, um,
Mhm.
who have been ravished by the shit.
Yeah, that's right. Oh,
It's
look, it just
crazy.
shows you. It just shows you what a tremendous job Jason Wright has done. He's kept the virus out of the building. Uh, in in the meantime, he's watching the whole Mandalorian series and and
Well, who
leveling
has?
up leveling up on the Xboxes. And I think he won executive uh, hire of the year. So well done, Jason Wright. Um, you've done a great job keeping me up to date on the Mandalorian. Um, keep it up. We love what
Yeah,
you're
well,
doing. You
don't
kept
ruin it.
you've
Don't ruin the
no
last episode for me. I haven't watched it yet.
no. Well, I'm still 2 episodes behind.
Oh, you're
Yeah,
gonna love
I
it.
mean that's right, Jason. If you're watching, don't ruin it for us.
You are gonna love it. The last episode was the best.
No, I'm steering, Jason. You're doing a good job, mate.
I don't think
Um,
he's watching.
oh, sometimes he does, Um, you know,
I might tweet him a link to the show and
yeah.
get him to
Tweet him a
do that.
link. Look, he'd love to be on. Um,
Oh,
everyone's getting on
wouldn't
TV
that
these
boost the
days.
profile of Skinsfanatic Live?
Yeah, well,
More
I mean, look,
on it.
it's going big. I'd imagine there's an audience watching now. If you haven't hit the like and subscribe button before, make sure you do because it's only getting red hot at this stage. Crazy
If you
Braves.
haven't hit like and subscribe, you're a bloody idiot.
I mean, look, Crazy Brave offered couple of G's early on in the season, and he's just he's giving everyone diamonds and pearls. Make sure you get check that crazybrave74.com. 5 winners each week. I can guarantee you're going to get at least 3 or 4 winners, and if you do hit the 5, you might be reversing out of the driveway in a brand new uh, Subaru or look whatever car you like.
Honda
There's
Civic.
many cars you can look for. Like I said,
You might
for
be able
those.
to afford yourself a car. Right, a car.
Oh look, I mean, look, you got to whatever your ideas are. I can help you. Just follow that that.com. Nah, look, we're having fun. Very successful year, and it's culminated in Washington football team at 6-7, just weeks away from the playoff berth, and it is exciting. Chase Young has turned out to be everything we've expected, and we are really just in the midst of a good time here.
I mean, look, this is what I think is great. You can go back and um, you can watch every Skinsfanatic live episode back when the show was called the Therapy Session. Like,
Mhm.
and everything that I've said about this team, my concerns and my excitements and my predictions, 9-7. Um, it's all there. Everything that I've said is right there for people to go back and watch and say, "Oh, well, you know what, Skinsfanatic, we laughed at him because he's from Australia. We laughed at him because he looks like he's got shit smeared under his nose or whatever it may be." But motherfucker was actually right.
Look, and you can say the same thing about Crazy Brave. We talked so early on about what's going to happen with these quarterbacks, and Cole Allen's name was mentioned on YouTube, Washington football uh, vlogs before anybody else was talking about him. We cut straight to the facts.
Mm.
Um, Look, the show and our predictions have just been spot on and off their brain this year.
Oh well,
If
look, I'm not going to sit here and tell everybody that I was right about everything. I mean, I've
No,
been
well,
wrong
you
about
shouldn't. But
too.
I'll tell you what, like you know, I had I've talked about the way that the teams come together, and it reminds me of what Tampa Bay did, and I liked what Tampa Bay did. Actually, I liked what Tampa Bay did first in their rebuild, I should say. So that comes first, and I like the idea that Washington reminds me of that. What they've
Well,
done
what?
here, slowly bringing in the defensive line, and then just going, okay, well, bang. Because you may remember Tampa Bay couldn't move the football and had to try everything from bringing to Sean. What's his name? Give me the goddamn ball. Um, and
Yeah. The receiver,
mm,
Keyshawn
uh,
Johnson.
Keyshawn Johnson, and they went through their quarterback troubles with. I'm not going to try and rattle them off now, but I can do
Sean
remember
King.
them. Sean King, and there are a few others that um, you know,
Well, Sean King
was
was
in
around
was
for a
in there.
while.
He was there.
With their
There
deep,
was.
with their that's the thing.
They had a few quarterbacks during their rise before
But it
Brad
was their
Johnson.
defense. It was their defense that won
Correct,
them.
it was. They
You know.
weren't afraid though. If King couldn't go, which he couldn't, he was one of those quarterbacks that was going to miss four to six games a year with a broken hand or a collarbone or something. Um, and look, their rise. I mean, Trent Dilfer was the quarterback at the start of of the rise in '95. I mean, I was there. I was in Detroit, Silver Dome. Actually, saw the Warren Sapp and look, the other players that they had on that defensive line were incredible. They made one other move and then brought in. They
Robert
got rid of.
Brooks.
Well, Robert Brooks was there. He'd already been drafted, and they had Santana, Dotson,
Mm.
and yeah, Warren Sapp. Obviously, when they brought Warren Sapp in, that was a game changer uh, at defensive tackle. Uh, Warren Sapp would line up wherever he bloody wants on the field at some time. Sometimes. But yeah, I mean, and then they had some, just some no-name secondary, started making a name for himself. And then, this is what we're doing now. Cameron Curl's coming along, it's great.
Yeah, well, that's the thing, and we've talked about this before, and it's like, well, if your front four or five or whatever you've got up front, if your defensive linemen aren't doing their job, then or they are doing their job, you're going to reap the benefits
That's right.
behind them. And
Can Cameron Curl be our John Lynch?
well, and here's the thing: it's like, well, and this is what happens when teams like the Patriots and that they make good coaching makes players look like superstars, and then they get big contracts on other clubs, and they never live up to the level of play that they played on, because it's about the coaching staff and the players that you've got on that team. Everyone makes everyone better.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying Cam Curl's not as good as we think he is,
No.
but
want to
you're
give
looking
credit
at
to
a
the coaching
seventh
staff.
round. You're looking at a seventh round pick
That's right.
out there now, making
Yeah.
plays. Actually, one of the better players on our team,
And
on our
that's right.
defense. And
Is that
we had
a
our cop this for a sec. We had our first round pick score on defense last week, and our seventh round pick score on defense. We had our two other first round picks out there making plays, fucking swatting balls and stripping balls and getting to quarterbacks? We have,
there were balls
our
there were
veteran
balls
first round pick out
jingling and
there, Ryan
jangling.
Kerrigan, bumping around. Don't forget Kerrigan on this team too. Like, he
That's right.
make a play any day of the week.
Mm-hmm. See, at the
It's
moment, it looks like Jack Del Rio's allowed the players to have the freedom that they want, and they appear to be, just lining up wherever they want within the confines and the feel of the game. He's allowing them to spread the defensive line when they have to. But the players, that's all positioning from the players. Yeah, any coach can kind of teach that, but as you were saying before, it does. It's all comes down to coaching. These Cameron Curls, the 7 round picks, they are looking good because there's a solid foundation, and we've got to see more from Cameron Curl before we start
oh,
putting him in the Hall of Fame. And
sure.
but he's a young kid that hasn't put a foot wrong way at the moment in the NFL. He's doing a very bloody good job. So at the moment he keeps, and he's only going to get better.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. He's going to learn a lot under
Yeah,
this Jack Del Rio's defensive systems, and playing with all these superstars that we have on the defensive line. And
that's right.
he's laughing, man. He's had a
Yeah,
great start
that's
to
right.
his career.
He's
And
free safety, isn't he?
yes, he is.
Yeah,
He's a
and
safety, not a cornerback. He's a safety.
no, I know he's not a cornerback. Yeah,
So
but
he made that pick down the sideline last week. He looked like a cornerback, but he's done a great
yeah,
job of just sitting
I'm
on
just
safety.
wondering what safety position Landon Collins plays. He's a strong safety, isn't he?
Strong, yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the position's pretty healthy at the moment. There's not going to be any, controversy. Cam Curl's got, he's got open field in front of him. Like whatever, how high and far he wants to take it is on him. And he's definitely one player to watch. We've seen it early on in the season. I said it on the show when he made that play in week 1 in Philadelphia for a loss. He just looks like one of those hungry players that's just going to make plays. And he looks like a good pick.
Well, I
Hello,
mean, here's the thing: like, if he was like one of those players that we drafted a few years back, and we were like, oh, we have high expectations on him, and we saw him like make a couple of good little plays in the preseason, and then it was like, oh yeah, like we really want him on our 53, and we like, yes, he made it, and then like don't see him all season long. And this is what I really like what Del Rio and Rivera are doing is they're giving blokes opportunities to prove themselves.
yeah,
We're not sitting back going, oh
we'd
he
like to
might
see
need a
him.
couple of
Yeah,
years. Like we're
yeah.
like, well,
No,
come on, young
put
fella,
him
get
in.
in there and
That's
show
right.
what you
Yeah,
got.
that's
And that's why
exactly right.
I'm excited actually to see what Reeves has got this week, and for the rest of the season. Just hope he doesn't get hurt because we're getting a little bit thin back there. That's all.
Yeah, I mean, look, I might end up getting the call. Oh no, I won't get a
And who
call.
knows,
I'm
man?
too old for that.
Troy
But
Apke could Troy Apke could be the
for
Super
those
Bowl hero,
of you who
making
don't
that
know
goal line
why I'm
interception.
spitting so much defensive knowledge, I am a former defensive rookie of the year. Sorry, Skinsfanatic, for interrupting. Yeah, it's
No, it's fine.
yeah, that's what's going on. We break it down on this show.
I was just saying, maybe it ends up Troy Apke could be that Super Bowl hero. He picks off
That's right.
picks off fucking
He's
Patrick
quite
Mahomes at the
capable.
1 yard line. Mahomes tries that little 1 yard
Little
slant route.
thing, little thing that he does. Apke's
All of
been
a sudden,
sitting
all
at
of a
home.
sudden, Troy Apke finds himself in the right place at the right time, and
Mhm.
his hands work, and he catches it. And
That's
once he
right.
gets in the open
That's
field, no
right.
one's going to catch him because
No,
his strength is his speed. So
that's right. Be careful what you tweet. I mean, I've seen a lot of people this week uh, begging for the Dallas quarterback, Dak Prescott, like when he gets healthy, that we should go and chase him down on free agency next year. I mean, I'm going to tell everybody right on the show now, cancel that hogwash. Uh, Look, he's on the list. If he is on the list of available quarterbacks, I personally would have him out of the top five. I understand he might be a sought after free agent, and but I wouldn't. He wouldn't rate in my top five choices that we should go next year. Um, what would you say to bringing in? Oh no, won't put you in that spot because Dak Prescott can play football, obviously, and he's a quarterback. And if he gets signed, I'm going to have to bloody go with it. But I'm going to tell you now. I mean, everyone gets angry about Dan Snyder. Well, I mean, that'd be a Dan Snyder just a light decision to just go. Oh, let's bring in Dak bloody Prescott. Let's calm our farms. We've got three
well,
good quarterbacks.
Rivera's making the decisions, not
He's,
Snyder.
he's yeah. I know
So
he is. That's
let's.
right. Rivera makes the decisions, and I reckon he's pretty happy with his quarterbacks this stage, and he's probably looking at it going,
If
"I've
you're
got
look, we got to learn to. I don't know how we got into this topic, but we're going to learn to. We're living in this moment right now. We're not um, eyeballing the next quarterback for the Washington football team.
not at all." No,
But I have told you who I want.
we can have a good debate about it, and I'm not going to say right or wrong at this stage.
Well, it's off
As
season.
I said,
That's
it's a debate for later on. Obviously,
it's off season talk. That's what that
that's
is.
right. That's right, and it will be a good off-season talk um, next year. And regardless if you win the fucking Super Bowl, we know what this fan base is like and what the team's like. And I probably will tell you now that if we do win the Super Bowl, there is a controversy about who's going to start in week one. Will it matter? Probably not, because we can win with all three of them. But my bet would be Kyle Allen will beat Alex Smith if Alex Smith plays next year. But if Dwayne Haskins gets hot, and there's no reason why he couldn't lead the team to the Super Bowl as much as Alex Smith could be the game-winning Super Bowl quarterback. Obviously, you know, for all the story lovers out there and the um, you know softies, they'd be looking for an story fairy tale, which would absolutely be fucking a touching Super Bowl. I'll break down in tears if it happens. Um, but that's the Cinderella story, and if Haskins gets in the way of that, it's going to upset just people and the vibe of this football team um, of late, unless he really does catch on fire and Alex can't go.
Yeah. Um. Okay. Yeah.
Mhm.
Pretty much. Like.
No, that's right. I mean, well, Rivera's going to start whoever's fit and he's comfy with winning the game. Like, uh, I
I just
don't.
think I've told you who I want.
That's right. You have.
And who is it?
You want Alex Smith to be the starter this week.
Oh no, no, no. Next, no. If we're going to make
Oh,
a push
next week.
for,
Yeah. Oh, no, that's right. Matt Stafford would be your preferred choice of bringing in anyone from the outside. And I've got to say, like, I'm fucking in agreement with that shit. Like, I can't think of a
absolutely,
better quarterback.
yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's a good veteran quarterback. He's still got some good years left in him. With that defense, man, Stafford can sling it. Like
He could.
he'd be,
He
he'd
could.
be good.
We
He
don't
could.
really talk about this too much, and you haven't been. I brought up the topic of next year's quarterback, but I mean that's right. Um, we're going with it. We're going with whoever starts this year, man, and you've got to get behind them.
Yeah,
Um,
I am 100%
and that's
behind
right.
anyone
That's
side.
it. It's
I'm not going to slump on the lounge watching the Seattle game because Haskins is starting.
that's right.
When
And
I game
Rippin was on the bench when we won the Super Bowl against the Broncos. I believe like somewhere he was holding a clipboard or something. Like he was part of the team. And then he went to Super Bowl 4 years later. If Haskins is doing the same thing for Alex Smith this year, well, we don't need to go getting rid of Haskins straight away. We can, bring in someone else if Haskins isn't ready. It's fine. We're looking good.
those
Saving
were
him.
different times, man, weren't they?
Is R2 coming on the show? I'm going to have to duck off for at least a minute, or when's he ready?
Yeah, he said that he's going to be here, but you're welcome to duck off
To have
for a
you,
minute.
can you send us off into another topic as I disappear for a minute, and then we come back and we move into the second half of the show.
Yep. Well, we're going to move into the second half of the show. Crazy Brave will be ducking off, and I don't really have a topic to be honest, but we're just we're just shooting the shit here on Skinsfanatic Live, and appreciate everybody who has tuned in, liked, subscribed, and all that good shit, And the quarterback situation will always be a topic here in DC. Um, we always seem to want to have the next guy up. If the first person isn't pulling his weight, it's always like, well, who's behind him? Who's behind him? That's been the way it has always been here, and um, we get excited about who can we replace our quarterback with? Is what number does he wear? Oh, he wears his number. Like it's something important. I feel like we've might have moved along from that a little bit now because the defense is running this team. You know what I mean? Like we won a game on the weekend. Uh, where the offense didn't generate a touchdown. We 17 points off the turnovers, and we had 2 field goal drives. Look, I'm not saying that we don't need a quarterback, but try and find the answer with some sort of superstar replacement might be the go. Might not be the route this year for next season. We might be able to win this thing with like a bread and butter quarterback, like a Trent Dilfer when he won it for the Baltimore Ravens. You know what I mean? Like,
Correct. He started his career early on at Tampa Bay in a solid environment, in a team building environment, and Alex Smith has been through it all. Yeah, absolutely agree with you, 100% there. The quarterback play from Alex Smith, it hasn't been spectacular against Pittsburgh. It wasn't spectacular against San Francisco. It turns out that Alex Smith did hurt his leg in San Francisco against Pittsburgh in the week earlier on, but the hypocrisy of the Washington media don't really pick on that unless you're RG3, Trent Williams, Clinton Portis, or Santana Moss. Like, I'm not going to blame Alex Smith. I like my players to be fiery and play through injuries, but he can't go. He's not producing good football. Okay, his second half was decent, wasn't it, against Pittsburgh?
Yeah, against Pittsburgh.
I mean, we were calling, not we, but his first half against Pittsburgh was absolutely horrible, and he turned it around, miracle second half, and we won the game. San Francisco, he wasn't very good early, so
no, he's dog shit against
yeah. Look, that's right. Look, he's leaving his passes early because he couldn't plant his foot. When he's healthy, he can play, and we've got a good chance of winning. But we need a healthy quarterback in there this week.
Yeah, no, we do, and we've got one in Dwayne Haskins. We've seen what Haskins can do, and we just need him to do that. If Colt McCoy can come in and beat the fucking Seahawks, playing for the Giants, Dwayne Haskins can do the same thing with our defense and our offensive coordinator, our running game.
It's hot here in the studio.
Dwayne Haskins. It's hot in my studio too because I can't turn my fan on because it hits my green screen.
It's too loud. So, but very, very good call. Yeah, I mean, Colt McCoy could come in. Seattle, they are on the decline. Regardless, it's my prediction. They're not the ants pants that everyone thinks they are anymore. There is concern with how we played Russell this week because so far we have failed against these scrambling quarterbacks such as Kyle Murray and Jackson, who both had the everyone tearing their hair out and in despair at 1 and 3, and then settled down, and we haven't had these scrambling quarterbacks to face. And so, sorry, carry on.
I mean, like Wilson, he is a scrambling quarterback.
Yeah,
but he more uses his legs to get out to throw the ball. You know what I mean?
Close.
Like
he's not that strong. He's not a scrambler.
Yeah, he waits to the last minute to sort of like try and throw the ball. He's not always looking to run. I mean, he can.
He can. He knows how to slide. Like he's cagey. He's cagey with that. That's right.
Look, we have beaten Russell Wilson before. Remember, we went into Seattle
We
with
know how to beat him. That's right.
that horseshit team. Well, that was a different team. I'm just saying, like, we've beaten him before.
Doesn't matter. Yeah.
We rolled into Seattle with that horseshit team that year and decimated with injuries and beat them.
Same kind of spirit, like, you know. Uh, at the moment, we're looking good. The franchise new direction, and yeah, that was a while ago. But we want to come out as the football team and really show that under Chase Young's leadership on defence, we're not going to be fooled by the banana in the tailpipe from Russell Wilson anymore.
No, no. I can see R2 Ramu's backstage in the green
Yeah,
room.
bring him on.
If he's ready, he can come on. Looks
Yeah,
like he's
bring
got
him on.
some. Oh, he's just dropped his phone. I can
We
see he's
can
nuts.
go. We can go a little bit
That's his
longer
balls. I
tonight,
just
but
saw,
if you
just
just
saw his
excuse
balls.
me,
Literally just saw R2's balls. Lucky I didn't bring him
it
on.
doesn't look like the franchise has advanced. Excuse me, I'm just looking up the franchise that we have running. There's been no sign of uh, Finn Tragic advancing the league at the moment. That's all right. If he's watching, can you go ahead there and advance it to week one?
Wasn't me.
Yeah. Welcome. R2 Ramu back to the show. What's he having all sorts of issues now? He farted and his phone just fell over.
It's been a long day. Yeah. I made it
Oh,
on.
you
How you
sound
going?
so good. Good, you sound
Thank
so
you.
good. Fuck, I know.
Very good, crazy. Sorry, R2.
Well,
I'm crazy.
I was pretty pumped when I was having a beer and I saw the start of the show. And I'm like, yeah. Oh, I've got to get on tonight. Alrighty, let's get into it.
Yeah.
What do you want to
All
know?
right. Well,
You don't want to hear
I just-
about my thoughts on Seattle's demise. I mean,
No, well, we've probably talked about Seattle for a little bit.
I thought you did.
What,
I thought
probably
you did.
talked about
what do you
Seattle.
want to hear, Skinsfanatic?
I want to know the vibe of the Rams. How the Rams going? Give us a quick run, just a quick sort of, Rams. Tell me.
Oh, well, it's like I've said all along. We tend to not carry on so much. It's just business. The week when we had the short turnaround, had the travel for that, and then the Thursday night game, and now a good break leading into a side that hasn't won a game. Look, don't want to say I'll sleep through this one, but it feels like that.
Sounds like business.
And I'm not, and
and
I'm not saying that to be like a fuck you, New York, or anything, or a cocky way. It's just please just get the victory. I don't care how it rolls, how we do it. Just get it. I have a feeling though, this is the quick vibe that you mentioned, Skinsfanatic. I think our defense will score more points than our offense this week. Again, it's probably like you guys at the moment. And you brought it up the other week when you talk about good defense and stuff, and I was pretty convinced by what you said about New York when they went on that run. When halfway through the year they were 7-5 or something stupid, and won a couple of games, and off they go. And that was off defense. It wasn't off young Manning.
Right.
he just got the accolades. He rolled with it and played the game. Mind you, I thought they looked pretty good in that Super Bowl.
Well, yeah. Look, the Giant
The old
they
helmet
were
catch.
a solid team, and that's why you don't discount some teams.
I'm
There's
just
going
getting
to be.
excited because it
Oh,
is
yeah.
getting
Let me
close
finish.
to
Let me
the
finish.
Super Bowl.
It is getting
Sorry.
finished. Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, it's great.
Yeah.
Well, here's the
Super
thing:
Bowl.
you're not making a run, a magical Super Bowl run off like a sort of a 50% winning record without a defense. That it's
You
generally
got,
those
yeah,
teams that
that's
have
as he
that
said.
have
That's
the
right.
defense that they're going to be the team. Oh shit! I didn't see these guys coming because they can basically just learn to shut
Yeah,
everybody down.
yeah, that's right. And most teams do have an offense, and figure it out during the game. Obviously, some teams can put games away. Um, you know, when you have a bad matchup, we've seen Super Bowls in the past. Uh, San Francisco dismantled the San Diego Chargers. Broncos do likewise to the 49ers, and Washington to Buffalo. And as the years went on, it got a little bit tighter. But if you're not up to the task of beating that AFC team on the day, you're going to get your pants pulled down, and you're not ready. You're not ready. And, you know, who's going to be the best team in the NFL this year? We don't know yet. You've got to come up against the best,
No,
and that's Kansas
that's a
City.
good question.
Washington have beaten last year's NFC champions in San Francisco last week. Um, you have to give Washington a very high chance of making a run into this year's playoffs.
I give everyone who wins divisions a good shot at having that nice run in the playoffs. And you turn up in the Super Bowl. I was going to ask Skinsfanatic, what are you thinking when we talk about Super Bowl runs? And because, like I said, it's getting close. It's tasty talk now. It's popular talk. Who is the best team this year?
Oh well, you've got to go with the teams who are up there with the best records. I mean, you've got your Kansas City Chiefs and you've got your fucking New Orleans Saints, and closely followed by the Los Angeles Rams, who are right there. Though I hate to be the bearer of bad news, I just don't see the Rams winning the Super Bowl. And I don't really know if I see the Saints winning it either, to be honest.
I've got Buffalo Bills being the best team, covering everything at the moment in the NFL, and I would have them to win the Super Bowl. I know there's 3 weeks to go.
Yeah.
I know there's 3 weeks to go,
You're
but I
coming
think
on
there's a
here
lot to.
and picking my Buffalo Bills to win the Super Bowl.
Oh, I thought it was my Atlanta Falcons Skinsfanatic.
Now listen, I'll have a quick word. If the fairy tale is going to happen for the Miami Dolphins, it's going to happen very soon. They have to beat the Buffalo Bills and to basically get a playoff spot, and then they will have to beat the Bills again in the playoffs. So can they beat Buffalo twice in the final weeks of the season? That's huge. And if they do, they might very well be licking the Super Bowl championship because, well, they did a pretty good job against the Rams. Washington didn't do a very good job against the Rams. Washington Miami Super Bowl would be a difficult matchup for the Washington offense. The way it just has been all season. It's not the greatest offense, it's not the worst offense, but they could find themselves in a Miami are a big chance of winning the Super Bowl this year if
So
they can
you're,
beat Buffalo. That's what I was saying. Off to you, Skins
Yeah,
Fanatic.
yeah, no, you're sitting
I
here
knew you were
talking
getting there.
about a Washington Miami Super Bowl. It's insane.
Well, that's right. I mean, look, well, it's either Buffalo. If we're
It's not
talking about
totally
Buffalo,
insane.
R2
Let's
made the
take.
call of
Let's.
Buffalo,
Yeah, that's right.
and
Let's
and
be
and
realistic.
you would probably go with Buffalo. Who's your AFC prediction at an hour and 15 minutes into the show on week 15 for the AFC? Give me an AFC.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, the Chiefs.
Okay. All right. You've got the Chiefs. Rams. R2's got the Bills.
Bills.
I didn't really say who I had, but I was just kind of saying that, hey, it could be the Dolphins that end up being in top of Buffalo. So, yeah, let me put the Miami Dolphins down for my
We
AFC pick in week 15. Obviously, we've had predictions this year, and that was an on the spot one, but just highlighting we have one person saying Buffalo, one person saying Miami. And that's not over yet, that race.
Oh, look, I'd love to see someone else besides the Chiefs. You know, I really would. Um, I just don't know if I see anybody beating them right now.
They're hot.
You know, they are hot. And I'd love to see Miami or Buffalo in the Super Bowl. I really
Of
would.
course, yeah.
Absolutely.
I'd love
Yeah.
to see
Obviously,
Kansas
I'd like
City in
to
the
see.
Super Bowl too.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, like
It'll be a
Kansas City,
good game. Look.
Kansas City in the Super Bowl last year wasn't a boring game.
Uh,
It was a good game. So
that's
Hmm.
right. Look, I'd be happy to see a lot of Super Bowl matchups at this stage. Obviously,
Yeah.
it's getting to the point where I'm going to be bloody hurt and crushed if my team don't end up bloody making it. But this
Hmm.
is what we aim for. Like, we want to be part of it, and I'm not going to say yes or no, but all I know is football it can be a cruel game, and this is where we're going to enjoy the games.
I'll drink to that
And
one.
yeah, of course, drink to that one, and we're going to enjoy the games. And on the Erskines fanatic,
oh yeah, no, look, it's we will. I mean, I think the thing about um when your team makes the playoffs, you know, and you're sitting there on Super Bowl day, and you know your team didn't make the Super Bowl, you almost feel like it's a little bit, you know, like you've played a part in it because you were in the race to the Super Bowl because your team was
yeah,
in the playoffs. You
that's
know,
it.
you
As
might have lost to the team that is in there, and you're like, well, fuck, we lost to these pricks in the Super Bowl, you know, or in the wild card or the division or whatever. And this should be us right now, and you know, and yeah, that could be it for us this year. We could be, well, fuck, we're going to beat the Saints next year, sons of bitches, you know, like,
yeah.
um, or whoever it may be, the Rams or whatever.
I really believe that who would be your Washington football team bogey side? I'll give you mine first. Going into the playoffs, I would
Um,
say the Rams are definitely a team I'm not ready to. We're going to have to face them if we want to win the Super Bowl, most likely. Um, I think the Rams for me would be the matchup I want to avoid. I'd kind of love to have a go at Aaron Rodgers, although he can be, if he's sneaky on our substitutions and gets those quick snaps, gets those flags, he's another cagey veteran. Not worried about Russell Wilson. Yeah, for me, I'm going to have to say the Rams. What about you?
yeah, it would probably be,
It's the
yeah, like the
Saints.
Rams or Arizona.
Yeah, Arizona could be. Yeah, that's not a matchup. I mean, they're talking about a lot of the media is talking about. Look, this could be a possible rematch of get a Washington Seattle rematch in the first wild card weekend if
Yeah.
Washington win the East. But see,
Okay.
this is where I don't see it because I see Seattle getting it beaten by Washington and then getting beaten by the Rams and then all of a sudden have 6 losses and then needing to beat San Francisco on the final week of the season to actually clinch their playoff spot from
Mm.
a team like the Chicago Bears, or if the head-to-head is goes something like along those ways. Like the Rams, they could head out on top. And apart,
Okay,
we
you're
know
talking a lot about the
49ers.
Rams. Can I jump in?
Yeah, you can jump
You're
in. I'm going
talking
to
a
be
lot
quiet
about the Rams,
for 5 minutes.
and
You and
that's
Skinsfanatic have a talk.
what I was alluding to before when I went off on the AFC. Just to get that little distraction because the NFC is totally off its head and lit like the AFC. I think. Well, I've said it. The Bills at the moment are the best football team at, with a couple of weeks. Okay, yeah, so be it. They're the AFC, but so much is still going to happen in the NFC with Saints, Packs, Rams,
Yeah.
or team. And there you go. Let's get realistic, and that's why I give all you guys a shot. And we're not being stupid when we say a Miami Washington football team Super Bowl because they're in it, and you guys are in your division and winning it.
Mm.
So that's common sense. It's not a joke
It's not a joke,
that
but
will happen.
okay, Skins Fanatics next. Sorry, and when you finish, I'm not jumping in.
No, I was just getting comfortable for when I do talk. Yeah,
Yeah.
look, it's not. It's I didn't think it was funny, as in like he's kidding himself, but to think that we're sitting here, um, after the seasons that we had last year, where Washington picked second, Miami picked fifth, and now we're talking about a possible, Super Bowl matchup. It's absurd, like and that's how quick you can turn a team around. A franchise can be turned around in a hurry with a couple of right pieces.
Yeah.
Does
And
that
this
make sense?
season deserves that sort of talk, Skids.
It does.
It deserves this sort of talk. And it's where we
It's
are now. This is the position we're in with 3 weeks to go. Legitimately saying, you guys are winning the division. I've got you into the playoffs. You're there. I think you'll stay. And
it's on the brink
Miami
of.
probably have the hardest run out of everyone, honestly. But I'm a bit iffy on them scraping in. But
Yeah, they
I'll
do.
go with the
They do.
narrative of they will. Okay. Yeah.
No. They do. They
I
have a
think so.
tough schedule. Miami have a very tough schedule.
I'm not saying that's the narrative to go with or anything, but I'm just saying that's the very narrative that we're looking at. If they do spring the upset on the Bills, then
Yeah.
that's the scenario. They're going to possibly
Turn
anything
up.
could happen. That could mean the difference of Buffalo playing Kansas City in the first round, or you know,
Mm.
it's just close. Um, but look, Buffalo's playing very well, and they're a solid bet. Like I'm just saying, they're going to be really great. It's their playoff football before playoffs over there. But Washington's not really worried about who they're going to be playing in the Super Bowl and whether it's Miami or whoever. It'd be brilliant to get there. Obviously, if we come up against the Chiefs or or Miami or fucking
Yeah.
Baltimore, who
Yeah.
fucking beat us, like we're going to be underdogs. We're not favourites to
Well,
win.
our coach is doing the same. There's no talk of a likely favourable who would you like to meet chit chat in the media just yet about your first round playoff game. He's like, we're playing the Jets this weekend. That's this team's still got a lot going on. There's divisional games that come after the Jets. We play 2 divisional games.
And who are they against? Cardinals
Seahawks and no, sorry. San Francisco.
49ers
We've got them.
No, they swept you, didn't they?
Yeah, you've got the San Francisco. You've got the Rams. Oh, sorry, Seahawks and San Fran.
Yeah.
No. The San Francisco 49ers have beaten
Oh,
you
might be
twice
Arizona.
on last-minute
Yeah,
field goal.
correct. Yeah, correct.
Second field goal.
It's Arizona and Seahawks for the Rams.
Yeah, look, I'm a bit embarrassed.
You wanna
If I had a show, we do. I would have a live show about the 49ers like you did with New York. Man, everyone else can beat them. But when that game comes around, it's 49ers, I'm going to...
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, look, our live shows this year, we had one against Baltimore and we had one against the Giants, but they were never rub it in shows. Hey, watch us rub it in live. They were
no. We done one against the Rams. And we done one against Dallas.
Oh, it was. Yeah, no, that's correct. That's right.
Yeah, when we watched the game live, streamed it live.
Yeah, and I spat me lollies because I'm bloody well fucking upset with Kyle Allen's injury, but the blokes have done well. Alex Smith's done pretty good, and I'm happy with the way Dwayne Haskins has been going. It's crazy, yes, that may sound to some of our viewers. I'm kind of happy with Haskins' progression. He hasn't cost us too many games this year. Yeah, he had a bad game, but some of them do, don't they?
Yeah. All right. I want to get to the picks, man, because I'm starting.
Yeah, we're going to get to the picks. It's the hot line.
Yeah. I'm going to bring up the table here.
That's
you can
embarrassing.
see. Oh, no, it's cool. I'm starting to get a bit.
109.
Yeah. Oh, no. Nothing. It's embarrassing.
Yeah. Yes, so there it is. It is embarrassing.
I see Finn Tragic picked Chargers today.
Yeah, fuck him. I just realised that myself as he's taking stranglehold.
It was a toughie. Yeah.
Yeah, I had the Raiders by 3, and I was like, okay, here we go, and to get that stop, and
you had it by 4, and you were looking real good with that too.
Yeah, I was. I had my 4. Did I? I thought it might have been 4. Yeah, I couldn't remember. Yeah, it was disappointing. But yeah,
7.
Finn Tragic has powered his way to the top, and is holding it down. But he took that lead overnight. All of a sudden it was close, and then he just
last week he killed it. That's why he got the gold cap. He smashed it.
Yeah, I missed a few early games last week. I must admit.
Basically, yeah. He got a wicked 20 points, and the rest of us got low teens. I was lucky. Yeah.
Okay,
right,
get your picks locked in,
ladies
and gentlemen.
Let's get him going, all right? Okay, so I had the Chargers today.
Alrighty.
I had the Raiders today by, I think, 4. That fell on the ass. Assuming everyone else picked the Raiders, did they?
I'm just bringing up my
Yeah.
picks. I'm a little slow. Yeah, I did get the Raiders by. I had the Raiders by 10, so I didn't cover any. Yeah,
Nothing.
Mick had Paradise had the Chargers,
Yes, he did.
I believe.
All right.
He did.
The
Here we
Buffalo
go.
Bills at Denver Broncos. I've got Buffalo in this game by 14 points.
Excuse me, 14 points. I've got the exact same thing here. Buffalo by 14, guys. If you haven't hit that subscribe button, do it now. We're fortune tellers on this show.
Crazy Brave. I'm getting on that Crazy 5. Thank you. I'm no expert, as you can see by that ladder that just went by, and I've shaved a couple of points off and I have Bills by 9 this week.
All right. Census around the league is that Buffalo will win that game. Next one, Carolina Panthers at the Green Bay Packers. And I've got another 2-score game in this one, Green Bay by 12.
Yeah,
Crazy.
look, it's going to be a close game here. I think it might be snowing in Lambeau this week. I don't know whether the Panthers will cover the 13-point spread, but I'm going to back it. But I think the Packers will win by 10. So there it is, Packers by 10.
Just shy
Okay,
of a 3-point, just shy of a 3-play possession game. Packers by 18.
All right. So Packers in this one for everybody. Detroit Lions at the Tennessee Titans. Tennessee in this game by 10 points. 10. Just 10.
Yeah, that's nice. That's handy. Once again, I'm close to you, but I'm 2 points behind. I've got the Tennessee Titans by 8.
All right. Okay, interesting. We're very close with our picks this week.
Strike me down. Yeah, I've gone Tennessee 8 as well. I'll lock that one in. Yep.
By 8, was it?
Yeah, I did the same as you.
No, it's good. Yeah,
that?
I'm dabbing on the show. Live dabs. It is hot here in the
Sweat
studio.
off the brow. Yeah. All right.
Oh, it's just
Houston-
funny that we are, even though we're. Oh,
It's close. Continuing.
Houston Texans at the Indianapolis Colts. I'm going to give Houston a fighting chance in this game. I've got the Colts by 7. But it's a tough game, this one. I think Houston might even win it. Could win it.
Party time in Indiana. They've got a good football team. They've got a good basketball team. NBA's tipping off this weekend. Indianapolis look like having a playoff berth. Home game. I'm going to back the Colts by 13 points in this one. Just a buzz about Indianapolis late here. They've got 3 games to pull it together.
It's buzzing in that.
Yep. Yeah, I understand it. And if Finn Tragic was here right now and he wasn't an actual Miami fan, the Colts could be thrown in as the 4th team in that AFC mix, and I have them winning by 12.
Ooh, 12, nice.
All right, moving on. We got Jacksonville Jaguars at the Baltimore Ravens. I've got Baltimore in this game by 17 points.
And look, this is one of those ones that's up in the air for me. I'm going to back Baltimore, but not very confidently. Give me Baltimore by 3.
Wow. Okay, you got high hopes on Jacksonville. They've only won one game all year against Baltimore. Okay, that's fine.
Well, they should have not won any more than only one game because the most you can play in a season is 2. Yeah, they have what you're saying. Jacksonville's 1-11. Or
No,
one,
they've won one game all year.
and it was against, was it? The previous game was against Jacksonville, was it? Sorry, Baltimore.
No,
No, no,
no.
they're not in the
Anyway,
same division. Yeah.
who
No,
who have
yeah,
you
I
got?
just think it's going to be close. I've got Baltimore by 3. I'm just saying it's going to
Oh,
be close.
oh, I think you're crazy. But anyway, go on.
Crazy, bro.
After you up.
That was entertaining. I was just zone and listen to you guys there. I've got Baltimore in this one by 18. Stay posted. Shit's about to go down.
18. Oh.
18, one point
Yep.
over Skinsfanatic, 1 point above me.
All right. Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Atlanta Falcons. I'm not sold on Tampa Bay. I've got them in this game by 7 points, though. Not sold on Tampa.
Yeah, this is a very interesting matchup in the NFC South. Uh, Atlanta and Tampa Bay meet up in the final 2 weeks of the final 2 matchups in the final 3 weeks. And Tampa Bay, if they get swept by Atlanta, it's not going to end up very pretty. And I've got the Falcons by 8 in this to throw a spanner in the works.
Yeah, this
And
is the one. What do you got? More crazy?
I don't know. You froze up there. You froze up.
yeah, I suppose I've got Atlanta by 8 in the what will probably be an upset.
Yeah, and that is a big call, man. I thought there was more to come. I was listening to it.
Not going to slip one.
I've gone the Bucks again. Wow. I'm
There's 2 matchups.
happy for Atlanta. And I have the Bucks by 3 in this one, guys.
Mm-hmm. We're going to see
Oh.
2. We are going to see 2 matchups towards the end of the season. That'll be Atlanta and Tampa Bay and Miami and Buffalo, except one of those with their playoff game. Carry on.
Here's the big game of the week. We've got the Seattle Seahawks traveling to Washington, D.C. to take on the Washington football team. And I have Washington in this one by 9 points.
Nice. Yep, I'm actually going to back the Washington football team by 4 points. I think 4 points plus. You know, they're going to be able to swallow up Russell this week, and Seattle's defense isn't the old the 12th man or the boom, the old boom
Legions.
they had going on, legions of boom. It's we could possibly rout these blokes on Sunday.
Oh, Artu?
Yeah, I've gone the football team by 1, guys.
Worries me.
Uh,
I like when you pick against us.
this, but anyway, that's my pick.
Okay.
I agree with Crazy Brave when he spiels on Seattle. Their best
Yeah,
line pick is.
Yeah, there you go.
All right. Chicago Bears at the Minnesota Vikings. Minnesota in this one for me by 3 points.
We are spot on once again. I've got exactly the same here. I'm going to take the Vikings in a close one by 3.
Yep, lovely.
I've gone exactly the same again. I've
We've
gone
got
Minnesota by 1.
Oh, no. Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Interesting.
Very
Big
easy
game.
week here for looking from the experts.
Big
All
game for the
Greens.
Miami Dolphins this week.
Picking winners.
Big game for the Dolphins this week. New England Patriots at the Miami Dolphins. I've got Miami in this one by 7 points, and they need it. They're going to need it.
Yeah, they're going to be playing for their life, and it's going to be a lot closer than people think. I'm going to back the Dolphins by 3 in what will be a come together moment week out from the big Buffalo game. 3 on a last second field goal.
Specifics. All right.
Yeah, it's going to lead into the big
Yeah.
"We love you, Miami."
Yeah. And that's why I think I tipped for the excitement level. In this one, I have Miami by 1. Uh, Patriots, no team, and this ain't going to be, but well done, Miami. They beat by 17 points. Happy days out there. But you got to prove it this week against Patriots.
All right. Yeah, this game worries me. San Francisco at Dallas. I've got Dallas in this game by 3 points. Last second field goal.
Isn't it great to be back to a full week of football? No more open dates, full slate, 16 games. It's just juicy. Thank you, Roger. Aye, if you're watching. Yeah, I've got the Cowboys by 4 to keep their playoff. And Jerry. I've got the Cowboys by 4 this week to keep their playoff hopes alive. Although
They're
are
alive.
they eliminated if Washington team wins. But anyway, they'll win. Okay.
Yeah, the Cowboys will win this one by 3. Yeah. I guess they still believe in their division. Good on them.
Well, they believe. They're Cowboys fans. New York Jets at the Los
And the
Angeles
Cowboys. Yeah.
Rams. I have the Rams in this one by 17 points. Rams by 17 points. That's the Jets.
Yeah, no, look, I may ever make those facial expressions because, it just really proves out there to the punters who do fly crazy pro. When I'm in agreement with you, I'm going to back the Rams by 11 points, which is pretty much a comfortable enough margin for you to cover from any good bookie. Is on this one, specials, Rams.
Yep.
LA Lakers fast break makers Kings of Clip. Fucking Rams by 32.
32,
Jordan Fuller.
the biggest prediction.
32, my boy. Magic. Yes.
Wow.
Alrighty, excellent.
Locked it in. Rams
Big
by
win
32.
by the Rams. See how that plays out.
It is hot here in the studio and with predictions like that.
Philadelphia Eagles at the Arizona Cardinals. I have Arizona by 10 points.
Yeah, I don't trust the Arizona Cardinals, but they did put the boogie on down against many teams from the NFC East. I'm going to predict the Eagles to continue their improvement under Jalen Hurts, and I'm going to back the Arizona Cardinals by 3 in just a tight one. Really give Philadelphia's going to really give the Cardinals a scare.
Yeah, that's exactly what I've got. Cardinals by 7. I think Philly are coming. Yeah, they're coming for them.
Yeah, it'll be close.
They'll have a game. That'll be a
And
game.
it could be one that we'll look back and we'll.
So you picked Philly, did you say?
Nah, he's gone Cardinals by the same as you, 7.
I had them by
Yeah.
10.
Oh, 10.
Kansas City Chiefs is a good game here. Kansas City Chiefs at the New Orleans Saints. Possible Super Bowl preview. I've got Kansas City by 4 points. Tough pick.
I'm going to go Kansas City Chiefs by 3 points. I have gone Kansas City Chiefs by 3 points. And what will probably no doubt be touted as the game of the year, and it probably end up will be one of the games of the year. So yeah, I'm going to back it to be close and take the experience of the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah, I can't wait to see some of this footage. Seriously, with the defensive line, the Saints with Breeze, and I'm leaning that way. I've got the Saints by 10. Give Kansas City something to work on for a couple of weeks, eh? And Saints.
Yeah, well, it can happen. Saints could end up going all of a sudden be the. I mean, obviously they're hot, but a stand up and be noticed. Like no one's talked about them. We are going to have
This
to
is what-
at some stage.
Have any of you thought like the coaches may hold back shit here in this game? Are they going to be like, who's going to come out shooting? Who's going to just go, let's sit back on our morals? Let's smash the shit out of them, boys. And,
New Orleans got
in
more
their
to
own
lose
division.
in
We
the
may
NFC.
lose, smash the shit out of them.
Yeah.
Yes, Packers could take 1, and the Rams could jump them by the end
Yeah,
of this
like,
too.
I mean, I know that the Saints are up there high.
And they could go down the through
record, but in terms of seeding and stuff, it's a big game. Okay, moving on to the New York Giants versus the Cleveland Browns. Skinsfanatic.
Yeah, it's Cleveland at New York in this one. I've got
Yeah.
Cleveland winning this one by 8 points.
Yeah, I've got the same thing. I've got a little bit closer. I've got the Browns by 7.
All right, should be a good game.
It will be a doozy.
Yeah, there's a lot of field goals in this one, I believe. I've got Browns by 9, guys.
All right, as long as the Browns win, who gives, hey? Happy days.
It's a big one in the NFC East, isn't it? We will be scoreboard watching if the job doesn't get done in Seattle.
Absolutely. All right, last one here. We've got the Pittsburgh Steelers at the Cincinnati Bengals. Always a good game, but I've got Pittsburgh in this one bouncing back from their 2-game losing streak. I've got Pittsburgh by 10 points.
Yeah, I've got Pittsburgh bouncing back as well, just by the 8 points, which means if you get 7.5 from any bookie, back that, they'll cover that. Pittsburgh by 8.
Awesome. We've all got Pittsburgh bouncing back, but we're not convinced that they'll do it easily. You can Cincy, like you said, it's a good matchup, Skin. I've got them by 8 as well, guys. That's my week.
Excellent. Yeah, no, well, thank you, R2 and Skinsfanatic, Don't drop me out just yet, but I am going to say thank you to you and R2 and all the viewers. I am the sponsor on the show. It's been another great show. Thoroughly enjoyed it. And enjoy your weekend of NFL football. It's been a real pleasure.
Yeah, well,
Can't
we're going to have to work something out heading into Christmas because I don't know. We're not going to have a show on Christmas Day and we're not going to have one on Christmas Eve. So we might have the
Why not?
Saturday show.
We'll work
Yeah.
something out. We'll work something out.
What
Don't
days
worry.
do that fall?
Well, next Friday's Christmas Day. So
Yeah, I'll strap on a GoPro or something. I'll strap on a GoPro and have a thongy out the back and Christmas Day celebration or something like.
yeah, we might have
What
a video.
a show. What a show. We'll probably be wanted after this. It's been such a good show. Thank you, guys.
No worries. Thank you.
You're the best, Crazy.
See you next week.
Fuck yeah.
Peace. All right, R2. I've been cutting you
I
off lately.
appreciate it. Crazy's gone. I wanted to say to him, it's a pleasure. Seriously, I love it. I love doing this show.
No worries, man.
That's what it means to me. And like he said, get amongst it. Like after this week, 2 weeks to go. It's fucking getting serious. Get on to the NFL, the next, and you're after fucking rookies, quarterbacks that are just the league's really alive, man, in big way. Bye.
Yep.
Thank you, Skinsfanatic.
No worries, man.
Love you, man.
All right. Keep it real. Peace. All right, everybody. Thank you. Those who did tune in to watch tonight, appreciate every time someone sticks their head in and says good day and watches the show. It's been a bit of a longer one than usual tonight because we've had a lot to talk about, but here we are at the end. Skinsfanatic 81. Peace. And we out.